Imagine an army so fierce, European colonizers called them Amazons, but these warriors were real. In the kingdom of Dahomey, now Benin, stood the Mino, an all-female military regiment that protected kings for over 200 years. They weren't mythical. They weren't symbolic. These women were the deadliest fighters in West Africa, executing complex battle formations that stunned French soldiers. Their story begins with Queen Hangbi in the early 1700s, who legend says created the unit after her twin brother's death. Picture this: thousands of women warriors training daily with razor-sharp machetes, climbing thorn-covered walls barehanded, and executing prisoners with a single blow. The French called them terrifying. The British called them impossible. But history called them forgotten. Across Africa, women led wars you were never taught about. In Angola, Queen Nzinga turned her body into a throne during peace talks with the Portuguese, forcing diplomats to kneel before her. For 30 years, she outmaneuvered European armies using guerrilla tactics, spy networks, and strategic marriages. When Portugal offered peace, she responded by burning their forts to the ground. In Ghana, 60-year-old Queen Mother Asantewaa led the Ashanti Rebellion against British rule in 1900, declaring if the men wouldn't fight, the women would. Her war cry protected the golden stool, the sacred soul of her nation. Meanwhile, in the Algerian mountains, Queen Dahia commanded Berber cavalry against the Umayyad invasion in the 7th century, using the desert itself as her weapon. These weren't exceptions, they were part of a tradition where African women ruled battlefields long before Europe allowed women in combat. Zimbabwe's Nyanda led spiritual resistance against British guns in 1896, prophesying bullets would turn to water. Even in death, her execution made her a martyr. The truth. Colonial powers systematically erased these stories because they shattered the myth of African inferiority. But the evidence remains: Portuguese military logs detailing Nzinga's victories, French sketches of Dahomey warriors decapitating enemies, Ashanti oral histories preserving Asantewaa's final stand. Today, their legacy lives in Marvel's Dora Milaje, in Angolan school textbooks, in Benin's national monuments. These women weren't just fighters, they were strategists, diplomats, and symbols of unbreakable resistance. When we ask why their stories were buried, the answer is clear: nothing terrified empires more than African women who refused to kneel.